No, I can't believe that already is Wednesday. Well, I thought it must be surely Wednesday at 12:40 something. So I've only had 2 sips of coffee today, and I don't know how your doggy is going, but can you see this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy or what? You think this is creepy? So this is how I feel. This is what's going on inside. And you know what? Since the snow, I kind of feel like the snow brightened things up. Everything was bright, everything was pretty, and now it's all melted, and it's a little bit sleepy, and it's a little bit dull, and it's a little bit cold still, and it's a little bit mush and slush, and I want to sleep. But inside, this is what's going on. You thought it was creepy without that. Now that's creepy. So inside there is this bark going on. It's like, I shouldn't be tired or hibernating or sleeping. I should be running around and chasing my tail and looking busy or saving the world, or, you know, at least do my emails. I have not been able to do my emails for like 2-3 days. It's getting a little bit chaotic. I mean, I know there aren't any clients that people need booking, but no one's in the air with their stuff. It's a bore. I don't want to do it. So we had this men's group. Excuse me. Actually, yesterday, our Wednesday at 1 started on Tuesday at about 7.
Dave Lee's watching.
Hey Dave. Oh, we met here last time, eh? Yeah, we need to get in contact and do. Once things thaw out, I was just talking about how I'm hibernating inside and how it's just difficult to do my emails and stuff. So yesterday we did a little bit of filming in the new venue that we have for the men's groups downstairs. I don't know whether you could see, but there were 2 pictures and there were cameras where the eyes are, so it's proper I Spy. Didn't even mean to do that one. Excellent group. And there was one person who wasn't in a closed group. Everyone else was in closed groups. He's now going to join one. So everyone was used to being in a group. We still used the check-in round. Everyone was used to be there. And it was so interesting to check in. What did I come up with? Because people had stuff up to do with work, relationship, feeling misplaced. Not so much health stuff, but it felt more like emotional health stuff maybe. And it felt to me like, I know these men well, and there's stuff up, and I wonder what's in the way. And it felt like most people were in their heads with solutions. I should do this, I will do that, I can't do that until this, but if I do that, then that, so I can't do that right now, so if I wait until... And it just goes on and on. So we did a round, after we did the check-in round, mensgroups.co.uk, you can download the ground rules and check-in round. So we did a round of, it was something like, the way I'm in my way is. So with some people, it was the way they're in their way is that they're fearful of, they know what they need to do, and they're not doing it, and that's how they're in their way. And then behind that, well, if I do it, then I have to deal with these fears or these issues or go into that black hole. Another man knows what he needed to do, but if he did it, then there are all sorts of financial ramifications and a huge amount of admin and a huge amount of upheaval. So I guess in a strange way, the bottom line seemed to be most of us knew what we needed to change, what we needed to do. But it's like, the energy or the fear or the fallout or whatever it is. So almost better to be holding it together now and being in that really boring limbo victim tension thing than to be letting that go and making the mess, and after the mess comes exactly what we want. Do you know, I wonder if I just rambled there.
Dave is saying they're thinking about their thinking about their thinking.
Exactly. I process, therefore I am. That is just so not the way. But I kind of feel like my head's a bit frozen. I can't, it's the should be doing. It's the looking like, feeling like that on the inside and needing to make intelligent noises like that on the outside. It's a blag, and if it's not there, it's not there. I've been seeing a lot of clients. I've got a new room in Waterloo. I've been loving seeing clients. I've been loving running the groups and training people to run groups. Interestingly, this Saturday, we haven't advertised it, this Saturday we've got a small group, like a day workshop, and it's about how to embody authentic masculinity in ourselves and how to share that with others. And for a lot of these men, it's especially in order to attract a partner, or at least a snog, and whatever comes after the snog.
Daniel Exton's watching.
Dan the man. I will never forget what you do with wood and the driftwood and the art and stuff. And it's been years since we've been walking in nature. Anyway, what was I talking about?
The Saturday. This Saturday.
The Saturday, yes. So embodying your masculine. It's realising, actually, getting feedback about you come across as if blah, blah, blah. And minor adjustments with body language, facial expression, tone of voice, words that are used, position that's taken, self-belief, because if you believe that you're going to be a little boy that's going to be laughed at, then you're going to get yourself off the hook rather than, I was going to say bedding the babe. Hell, I'm bloke enough to say bedding the babe, and obviously I'm aware enough not to say it's not all about bedding the babe. But so there's this workshop about going in, entering into relationships and enjoying and finding the right one. In the same week, whoops,
Sorry.
that's all right. We're at the RSA. It's half building site at the moment because they're redoing everything. So I'm perched on a windowsill because love this place though. Anyway, in the same week, another bloke, on behalf of some other blokes, asked me to run another workshop, and this one is for men splitting with partners and how to manage the emotions, the finances, the boundaries, the assets, the children, the communications, the shame, the moving on, the playing fair, the learning what needs to be learned from that relationship so it's not passed on to the next relationship. So in 1 week there's a workshop on moving in, and in the same week there's a workshop about moving out. All part of the wonderful journeys of life. Because. Do you need to go down?
Is that open downstairs?
No.
It's not for RSA people they're building.
Let's go. Okay, Steve, you and I need to be sharp elbowed.
See how handy I am? And I did that for free. I should be monetising. Talking about monetising, actually, this morning I had a meeting with Lau and a couple of women, young directors, about the Man app, the app for the men's groups. Really interesting because men's groups, we were talking about who comes, and strangely, it's mainly middle-class white people that come. Is it a middle-class white thing? And then we wondered whether other communities take care of their people. They have their communities, they have people to talk with. Working class people, well, we do get quite a few working class people and upper class people. I would love the app to make it more available to the man on the street, to anyone and everyone, people who haven't got the time or the inclination to come to a group. And the way I've talked about it is it could be a truth or dare type game. It could be a spin the bottle type game. It could be a drinking game. It could be a after party come down type game. It could be, people want to hang out, but very often they don't really know how or what to say or how to reach any depth or what's allowed or available in this situation. Now I'm with some new blokes. Am I supposed to be competitive? Am I supposed to be some sort of a show off or a leader? Is it about muscles or money? You know, what's going on? So I just thought, and a lot of people say the problem with men is men don't speak, or men are not in touch with our emotions, or men don't know how to get support and talk with other men, or listen to other men. And my intention with the app is, well, here are the ground rules, this is how, here are the questions, this is how to listen. And even there are free videos, and then obviously there's the Men Facilitate, which is a one-day workshop on the first Saturday of the month. That's for people who want to go deeper and learn how to facilitate a men's group. But if it's just playtime and hanging out with your friends, the videos show you how, the app will show you how. So we're so into passing it on. We need to raise money to make it so we can pass it on. We'll be asking the RSA. But yeah, and then another conversation. So there are three. There's that one. There's with International Women's Day coming tomorrow. We've been talking about our female sides or our feminine sides, and I thought I would I can see me down there. Is that me now? No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
God, that's so weird. I can see me on the screen. Anyway, International Women's Day tomorrow. My three favourite things about my feminine side, which I guess I could otherwise term as my mature masculine side, because I feel without these I could not be a mature masculine person, is collaboration. With boys, it's all about competition. With some men, in some situations, of course it's all about competition. That's what it's for. You're not on a football pitch to share the ball. You're on a football pitch to score, to nick the ball and score. So yeah, competition. But I like the way that I'm not only a competitive bloke, but I really enjoy collaboration. I enjoy working together, I enjoy creating together, I enjoy being wrong and feeling embarrassed and being teased or being, those dirty little things. I dread the thought of it, but when it happens, it's actually okay. And I'd rather actually play the fool and say more and find out than act smart and hold it together and not ask important questions and then something goes wrong. So yeah, collaboration over competition. Collaboration is a female trait. Another one, and with MenSpeak, it's about men speaking. To enable that to happen, there needs to be listening. And the whole receiving thing, I wondered whether actually listening is a female trait. I have so often come across couples or blokes saying, well, what do I keep doing wrong? She tells me what's going on, I tell her how to fix it. She tells me what's up, I sort it out. And then she gets angry at me and she says, you're not listening. Well, listening is quietly sitting and maybe the odd eye contact always helps rather than on the phone or doing something at the same time. Maybe reflective listening is pretty much repeat what you've just heard them say so they know that you get it and you've heard them.
Mammarella-D'Cruz is watching.
My cousin's daughter. I was thinking about you lot from the last time you were in Gloucester. I loved hanging out with your family. It's so cool you're on here.
So Dave says, Kenny was talking about money worries, boundaries, etc., etc. I felt that was a lot of thinking, creating disconnection rather than enjoying the relationship.
With the money worries, well, the conversations I've been having recently, rather than actually being about money worries, the money worries, irrespective of, because some of the people that have been worried about money are just loaded, it's about the relationship to money, and for them it was about the relationship to, or a story built around the feeling, which brings us to the impending doom part of the conversation. Because there's been, I don't know whether it's the darkness, but for years, from around October, I would go on such a downer, and it would be impending doom. The world's going to end, I feel insecure, I'm scared, I can't do anything, no, it's like depression. And these, I've had conversations about money, about relationships, about a lot of things that are changing in people's lives. It seems to be a time of death and not quite rebirth with a lot of people around me at the moment. And then we get into the conversations behind this of, basically, I feel scared. I'm scared about what's going to happen. I just have a feeling of fear right now. I feel disconnected, I feel lost, I feel pointless, I feel insecure. And even those, you could say, are words in a story put onto a feeling. And then it could be that I play the follow the feeling game, as I did with someone, and it was issues around money, and if it wasn't in this situation, I'd have to move home, and blah, 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 and got into that fear.
Tony T-Bone Diaz.
My cousin, and it was your mum's birthday yesterday, eh? So yeah, we were talking about impending doom, as you do on Facebook Live. So got into the feeling, and he followed the feeling, and it took him back to a scene in his childhood. So fine, he knows when this fear comes from, and yeah, the child needs to be taken care of by the adult, etc., etc. It all works, but for me, it's not. There is a feeling, I need to have a story about it, I need to justify it, I need to know how I'm going to fix it, I need to do some therapy. My wife's away this week, she's had to go to Italy.
Dave says, where do feelings come from?
Feelings, I'm not sure they actually come from anywhere. Feelings are. That's not to say that I'm a victim of my feelings, because as I have a feeling of fear, I can feel it, and this was the bit I was just going to say. I could hold on to it and think, I don't want this fearful feeling to go yet. It's got a gift for me. It's got a message for me. I'm not done with it. Or, fuck it. I can't be asked to feel that anymore. Put on some music. Get involved with something. Distract myself. Move on from it. So, feelings come from maybe a reaction or a trigger or environmental or digestion, or a fantasy, or a fear, or the latest text message, or lots of people liking me on Facebook, or whatever it is. And then once I have that feeling, I can ask myself, does this serve me? Is this true? Get up to date and either go into it and get something from it, or think, can't be asked, move on and get on with life. But it's interesting how there has been this feeling of impending doom, and the way that people around me have used it has been, okay, well, if the gateway or the trigger or my story about this feeling is to do with my home situation or my financial setup or whatever, then that's something that and this is exactly what people have been saying, that's something that perpetually goes on in the background. So it's filed away as pretend it's not going on, but it takes care of itself one way or another. But these are the ones that are coming up, and people are saying, I don't like it. I'm chuffed it's up, but I don't like it. And I'm saying, maybe it's just time to reevaluate it and realise what your relationship to it is, your feeling towards it, and choose how you want to feel about it. Rather than fixing the thing, evaluate or reconsider your relationship to the thing. And maybe give the thing space to change, or maybe look at it with fresh eyes and think, right, I need to reorganise this, I need to rearrange this. But yeah, I've been on a bit of I wouldn't say a downer, I really miss my wife, I love her being around. And she's away, so it's a little bit, I guess I'm a bit lost. I don't have my usual kisses and structure to my life. Also the darkness, also the frozen head. Also, I hate don't send me emails. Well, I guess you have to send me emails because you need to tell me things and make bookings and stuff. Don't send me emails for a week, because after this week I will have more help back, and then I'll be able to cope. So sit on it, sit on your emails. So I was going to do, when I actually...
Dave said, so it sounds like the feelings come from your thoughts.
I'm not sure whether the thought comes first and then the feeling, or the feeling comes first and then the thought, or whether it's different at different times. Or it could be a physical feeling. I might feel physically cold, and then I might think, shit, I need to get out of bed and get another blanket, and then I might go on a downer. So I don't know which way it's around. For me, what's more important is to be with it and have choice. So I own my feelings and I have choice rather than my feelings own me. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but I think I know that if I'm on a real downer, I need to do basics like wash, put some music on, eat, move, get into nature, connect with maybe myself, maybe someone else. You know, there are the basics of things to do. And sometimes I just think, I want this, I need this. I don't want to keep bringing this up and then pushing it down and bringing it up and pushing it. Let rip, let it come up and let me just deal with it. Same with these unfinished business that people have brought up recently with their relationships and finances and stuff. They're saying, right, now I want to make the space to bring it up, reevaluate it, and maybe I don't have to carry an automatic pilot downer around with me all the time. Maybe I can just let that go and be freer. And for me, the more I dump, the more space there is for goodness and for what I want. How cool to have two sides of my family here. My cousin Anthony and my cousin Sylvia's daughter Humera. It's like reunion, especially after Auntie May's birthday yesterday. My folks are coming back. Is it next week or the week after? I don't know. So yeah, Sister Sledge are kicking off. What else was I supposed to talk about? Was I supposed to talk about something? Or should I just whip out my creepy dog? So, creepy dog, final time, and it has a G-spot. Ah, wrong tip. Creepy. There's only one thing to give a dog. Ah! I have got a Tupperware full of what do you call them, wishbones, from when we were on the GAPS diet for 3 years. And I just thought there might be a really lonely group of vegans or vegetarians who really want to make wishbone wishes over Christmas. So I saved them. But hey, maybe I should put them on eBay. So I have rambled loads. Is there a message? Yes. Tomorrow, International Women's Day. Please remember to honour the most inspirational, caring, loving, wonderful women in your life, as well as the ones that have caused you harm and pain and opportunities to grow and know who you are more, as well as the woman inside you, or the female side inside you. Like I said, for me, I love the collaboration, the communication, the listening, the being able to accept and respond rather than the boyish yang react. And I'm not even sure if those are female sides, but I'm going to keep them. And wish me luck finishing my International Women's Day newsletter today. Talk about last minute. Right, I'm going to drink my coffee and go. See you next week.